The recent ruling by the US District Judge Amit Mehta declared Google guilty of anti competitive practices. Indeed, marks a pivotal moment in digital antitrust enforcement. This decision, which found Google in violation of Section 2 of the Sherman Act, directly challenges the company's long standing dominance in search services and related advertising. Welcome to VAR India News Hour. Judge Amit Mehta's ruling marks a critical turning point in the ongoing scrutiny of big tech's influence on the digital market. After a prolonged legal battle that began in 2020, the court found that Google maintained its monopoly in the search market through anti competitive practices, particularly by leveraging agreements with companies like Apple and Samsung. These agreements, which set Google as the default search engine on their devices, were deemed by the court to be unfairly suppressing competition. Google's status as the undisputed search king has been a cornerstone of the internet for years, with the company maintaining a near monopoly in the market. However, this ruling highlights the tech giant's illegal strategies to suppress competition, reinforcing concerns about the concentration of power in the digital economy. The implications of this decision are far reaching. For Google, it could lead to significant changes in how the company operates, potentially forcing it to open up its ecosystem to greater competition or face regulatory sanctions that could impact its business model. For competitors, this ruling might create new opportunities to challenge Google's dominance, leading to a more level playing field in the search and advertising markets. The ruling concluded that these agreements were not driven by a need to improve search services for users, but were instead strategic moves to crowd out rivals and reinforce Google's dominance in the search and advertising markets. By ensuring that Google remained the default option on the most widely used devices, the company effectively limited consumer choice and stifled innovation, according to the court's findings. This decision is a significant victory for the US Department of Justice and the state attorneys general who brought the case against Google. They argued that the tech giant's practices were detrimental to competition, creating a barrier for other companies to innovate and compete on an equal footing. The ruling not only challenges Google's business practices, but also sets a precedent for how antitrust laws may be applied to other tech giants in the future. The impact of this ruling could be profound, potentially leading to increased regulation of Google's operations, changes in how default search engines are chosen on devices, and a broader push to ensure a more competitive landscape in the digital economy. Going forward, this ruling underscores the growing scrutiny of big tech companies and the increasing willingness of regulators to enforce antitrust laws in the digital space. Let's look into today's headlines. The Telecom Regulatory Authority of India orders telecom operators to blacklist entities using bulk connections for spam calls. The Telecom Regulatory Authority of India has asked telecom operators to disconnect and blacklist businesses using bulk connections for spam calls, including robocalls and pre-recorded voice calls. The entities can be blacklisted for up to 2 years, with the telcos not allocating any new resources to them. The directive says that, with effective from 1st September 2024, no message containing URLs or APKs that are not white tested shall be allowed to be delivered. Close to 25,000 startups registered on Government e-Marketplace platform. Union Minister of State for Commerce and Industry, Jitin Prasad, said that nearly 25,000 startups have been registered on the Government e-Marketplace platform since its inception. The minister said in Rajya Sabha that the marketplace has clocked gross merchandise value rupees 4 lakh crore in fiscal year 2024, representing a growth of almost 1,000 times as compared to the fiscal year 2016 to 2017. More than 1.63 lakh women-led MSMEs have been registered on the Government e-Marketplace portal since inception. India's Supreme Court embraces artificial intelligence for language translation and legal access. The Supreme Court of India is integrating artificial intelligence language technology into its operations to translate judicial documents, improve legal research, and automate various processes. The artificial intelligence committees set up have therefore urged high courts to request their respective state governments to translate all central and state legislation, rules, and regulations into regional languages, making them accessible on state websites. Apple rolls out iOS 18 Public Beta 3 with distraction control. Apple is releasing iOS 18 Public Beta 3 for eligible iPhone users enrolled in its public beta testing program. Followed by Beta 5 release, the public beta brought a similar set of enhancements in user interface and new sets of features. Among the few notable additions, the most important one is the all-new distraction control feature in Safari browser that allows users to selectively hide unwanted content from web pages. India extending its UPI payment service to Maldives. India and Maldives have signed a partnership to roll out Unified Payments Interface, that is UPI, in Maldives. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said that the move will have a positive impact on the tourism sector. The Memorandum of Understanding was signed between the National Payments Corporation of India and the Maldives Economic Development and Trade Ministry. This development follows Jaishankar's 3-day visit to the Maldives last Friday. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to VAR India magazine. You can download the VAR India app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for more news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.